Hari Om. Today our discussion is on mantra 2 of section 2 of chapter 2. The mantra reads Yad archimat yad anubhyo anucha yasmiapplokā'nihitā lokinascha taded aksharam brahma sa pranah tadu vāngmanah tadedat satyam tad amrtam tad vedhyavyam somya vidhi. This is the stanza under discussion today. Now, let's see the literal meaning of the mantra. Luminous. It also means subtler than the subtlest. That indestructible Brahman is a residence of all the world and its entire inhabitants. He is life, speech, mind, reality, imperishability. That indeed is the mark which is required to be penetrated by the mind. Penetrate it, oh my Saumya, the well-behaved, is the literal meaning of that mantra. Again, pointers in various directions from the circumference of the circle, but all pointers from any direction ultimately points to the center of the circle. The same way, the imperishable Brahman, which is all pervading, is pointed out at in various ways by the rishis, by the limited speech, but all of them point towards the center of creation, the life principle, the Brahman. Now, if the previous mantra was understood properly, the meaning of this mantra will not be difficult to grasp. The word luminous, archimat, indicates light, which represents knowledge. The Supreme Self, or the reality, whatever name you want to call, is a knowing principle or the awareness or the consciousness in our body, mind and intellect equipment. The next pointer is yad anubhyo anuscha. The word anu suggests two qualifications, both of which will perfectly suit the description. After all, what is it that does not suit him when he is everything? Any description suits him and is beyond all descriptions. Now it can mean, anu can mean smaller than the smallest. It can also mean subtler than the subtlest. We have earlier examined the pointer of subtler than the subtlest on an earlier occasion, when we said that subtlety is measured by pervasiveness. Since Atman, the Self, the Supreme, the Reality, is all-pervading, it is subtler than the subtlest. That is the first interpretation of that. The second interpretation can be Anoraniyan, smaller than the smallest. Even the smallest grain, say a mustard seed, is enlivened, invigorated by Him and Him alone. Isn't it? The medicinal values of the mustard seed was placed in the mustard seed by whom? By the moonlight, by the moon, which is His own creation. It is the moon that sustains the plants and vegetable kingdom. You and I only planted a seed of the mustard in the soil. And thereafter from that mustard seed, it took the shape of a plant, and through the plant, the sap of the plant, the mustard seed that we are now producing from the plant contained what? The qualities of the mustard. Therefore, the medicinal value in the mustard was placed in it by the moonlight, which, as we said, is a manifestation of Atman. Therefore, the power that enlivens a mustard seed is something inside the seed, isn't it? The medicinal value of mustard is germinating from the mustard seed. That power to give that mustard seed its medicinal value comes from inside the seed. And hence, naturally, it is smaller than the seed. If it is inside the seed, it has to be smaller than the seed. Anoraniyan. Smaller than the smallest that you can ever conceive of. I was reading somewhere yesterday that the mighty and deadly virus of the world, which we are now facing, the COVID-19, is a virus that created havoc to the whole humanity. Look at the impact of that on time and space. The whole world. And what is the weight of that original virus that came out, whose manifestations destroyed the whole world? I was told that a study revealed that the weight of that COVID virus is just 1 gram. Think, 1 gram. Now, the power to express the danger or the threat to the world in that little tiny virus of 1 gram, which was sufficient to shake off the equilibrium of the world, is also Him. Right? And that is smaller than the smallest virus. Anoraniyan. Here I must draw your attention to the poetic beauty and philosophical theme packed in this mantra by a single syllabled word. The very first line, it says, Yad anubhyo anu cha. After the second anu, there is a word cha. Anubhyo anu cha. The meaning would be complete if it was just said that Anubhyo Anu, smaller than the smallest. Why cha? Why that tea break? Cha is not tea, but why that break has come in between? But the wonder word cha means also, isn't it? It means also. Cha means also. Therefore, that cha, after the word anu, signifies that it is smaller than the smallest also. Meaning, larger than the largest also. Mahato Mahiyan. It is also smaller than the smallest. If you say, it automatically means that it is larger than the largest, bigger than the biggest. Mahato Mahiyan. This is the usual style of our rishis. Minimum words and maximum import. So the Supreme is not only smaller than the smallest or subtler than the subtlest, it is also larger than the largest. It enlivens in an elephant with the same life principle as is in coronavirus. The same life principle is in coronavirus as it is in Guruvayur Keshavan. That is why the saint singer Tyagaraja sang Chimalo, Brahmalo, Shiva Keshavadulalo. Oh Lord, you reside in an ant, the Brahmaji, the Shiva and the Keshava. You are all pervading, smaller than the smallest, present in the smallest particle, smallest atom, present in the biggest mountain. See how beautiful the language is couched, and see how significantly the meaning has been expressed out. I can only say glory to our rishis. Now the next pointer is yasmiňllokā'nihitā lokinascha. The home or abode of the entire world and all its inhabitants. Not only the world meaning the sea, the mountain, the rivers, the trees, the plants, the animal kingdom, everything, the whole world, and also the inhabitants of the world, the living inhabitants of the world, mankind, human beings, everybody. Now think, is not home from which we walk out for our assigned work and into which we return when the work is over? Then we walk out of our house when there is a work outside. We come back home when the work is over. Typewriting teaches us this truth. Our 8 fingers, barring the thumb, are placed on 8 alphabets starting from ASDF, semicolon LKG, isn't it? And this line is known as the home line. How wonderfully explained. When there is a need for the finger, which is placed on the home line permanently, to type a letter other than that on the line, the respective finger travels just where it is required to go, types, and then comes back fast home. Hurry home. Hari Om we say. In the same way, Brahman is the abode, Atman the self, the supreme, the reality. Your very sustainer is the abode of the entire world and its inhabitants. They are born from the Atman, they exist in Atman and merge back to Atman after extinction as an individual entity. Clear? The Rishi therefore concludes the mantra stating that the very center of life reigning in us is to be penetrated with the help of our own mind, meaning mind and intellect, chitta. It is true that the mind-intellect equipment cannot feel or think the Atman, the self, the supreme, the reality. We have seen that. But it can certainly help us in discovering our true nature by these pointers. And the body and mind alone can do it. That's the only equipment that can do it. That's the only equipment that can understand to a large extent, but not the full. A small tail piece is left. In a pole vault, how do you jump to the other side? You gain your height with the help of a pole. Without a pole, you can't go to that height and jump to the other side. With the help of that pole, you go to the highest point you can, highest point that the pole can take you, and the pole cannot drop you on the other side. You have to jump yourself from the end of the pole to the other side. So it's called pole vault. Pole vault is exact exercise what you have to do in spirituality. Be it your mind, be it your intellect, be it your guru, everybody can take you to a point, but the experiencing of the Brahman is your job to jump out from the protection of the body, mind, from the mind and intellect, and seek refuge in him. Contemplate, contemplate, and contemplate on this eternal nature, says the Rishi. Penetrate the body, mind, intellect wicket, the three stumps which your batsman is so jealously guarding. I won't allow you to disturb this. I won't allow you to disturb this. So penetrate the body, mind, intellect wicket and let the ball of knowledge break the wickets and travel beyond, so that the batsman can truly retire and be relieved from his batting and bowling, the birth and death syndrome. Penetrate, O Saumya, O well-behaved, well-charactered, good boy, concludes the Rishi. Hari Om.